All right, guys, today we are here to talk about community. I think community in cigars is just so, it's almost like you can't have one without the other. And I'd like to think that Privada is playing a part in fostering that community, but it was always here. The Privada community as a whole is just such a warm, open, welcoming, positive group. And today we have a very special guest, one of the honorable members of our community, Mr. Woody, who is from Louisiana. He's in Orlando because he's been displaced by Hurricane Ida. And so he's here until the power comes back on, which I think they just got a couple days ago. So today's his birthday. He wanted to come in and sit in the studio on his birthday, and I was more than happy to make that happen. All right, we are here today with Louisiana Privada Cigar Club member Woody. Woody, what are you doing in Florida right now, man?
Well, me and my family, we ran from Hurricane Ida, and the cheapest place for us to get a short-term stay was in Florida. Florida, just because I believe like the whole, the theme park aspect, they had short stays where I could house 10 people for a price that wouldn't break my bank completely, my whole savings account.
So, Woody, tell me a little bit about how Ida is affecting the community where you're from, and what is that community? Tell us a little bit about where you're from and what's going on there right now.
Well, I'm from a tri-parish area in Louisiana. In Louisiana, we have parishes, not counties. And I live in Houma, Louisiana, and our parish was completely destroyed. Terrebonne and Lafourche Parish, we took a direct hit, seeing winds up to 192 miles an hour. My town alone, we saw winds gusting above 187, I believe, and we had sustained winds of 100 plus mile an hour, which is over a Cat 3 for over, I think 6-7 hours. So everywhere in my town right now is, it's not if you have damage, it's how much damage you have.
And how long have you been displaced for?
Well, my house just got powered 3 days ago, on and off. I have family living in my house because their house got destroyed, so they'll be staying with us until they can get back on their feet. My house, we took a lot of shingle damage, all my fencing's gone, shed. And but we're a community, if anyone needs a place to stay where we're at, they stay with family, or friends, and that's what everyone's doing right now. I've been displaced. It's 21 days since it hit. I just got full power 2 days ago, and I will be leaving to go back tomorrow.
I also heard it's your birthday today.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Happy birthday, brother.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
So how long have you been with Privada for?
So I've been with Privada since middle of last year. Farm rolled and member. It's been a wild ride, learning all about the LCA experience, learning about cigars in general. I wasn't the biggest cigar aficionado before Privada, and yet the team and the community just helped me out. Help me almost discover what kind of cigars I'm looking for on a daily basis, and what my cigar habit pretty much.
Are you on the Facebook group or Instagram or any of our social media at all?
I'm on the Facebook group and the Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel about the actual community? Forgetting about cigars for a moment, but the people. Have you made any connections within the group? Are you friendly with people that you might not have known otherwise?
Yeah, the group's always been reaching out, trying to help our local LCA shop, brick and mortar. Shout out to our brick and mortar I'm member at Cigar Heads out in Houma. That dude Aaron doing an awesome job keeping the sticks rolling, and I think he's about to be opened up next week again. And we're all trying to help him out. The community's trying to help him out. All the brick and mortars that got affected. And we all, it's a team effort to get our community up and running, and then our group up and running.
Yeah. Well, I certainly am glad that you picked Orlando to visit during this time. It's a pleasure to meet you and to have you here and to meet a real member of the Privada community. And I'm proud to have you. Can you tell everyone at home what you do so they understand the wide array of things that people, Privada members, like the jobs we have and the companies we own?
So, in the niche of it, I'm a hydrographic surveyor, so I do seafloor mapping, anything that gets positioned on the seafloor, if it's a pipeline, fiber optic cable, platform, wind turbine, I do all the pre-mapping of it, then I position it in for all the engineers to build to it.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, man. Well, Woody, if you want to say any last thing to anyone at home or anything like that, you know, the floor is yours. If not, it was a pleasure to meet you, and I'm grateful that you came in today.
Hey guys, let's stay Tri-Parish strong. And if anyone's looking out to give out donations, look up the Cajun Navy. They're always trying to help out. And we got a Bayou Distillery, Houma Bayou Distillery out in Houma, Louisiana. They have a food bank. If you guys want to send anything out to that food bank so we get people out, food to people, and tents. We got people living in tents down the bayou. You know, anything would help. Appreciate it, guys.
I just want to say, and I say it all the time, that I just thought that I was starting a cigar business. I had no idea the relationships that were going to ensue. The emails, the phone calls, the direct messages, the Instagram, the Facebook. I mean, I definitely feel a lot less alone, and I'm glad that I had that during COVID. So I'm really proud of that. That's more than the cigars. That's more than the sales. That's more than disrupting an industry or turning the next chapter of an industry. It's more than the craft cigar movement. It's just bigger than all of that. These are relationships that we're going to take with us, on through the rest of our lives. And I also think it's really cool to have someone come in here and introduce themselves and see what they do for a living, where they live, and just know that there's like 10,000 professionals plus in our network of people. And at some point, I'm going to try to figure out a way for us to be able to serve each other. So there you have it. Woody, thank you for coming in. Happy birthday. This is a really special video. I know it's not displaying cigars and all about cigars, but this is a really important part of Privada. I just want to share a quick story. Last night, my wife and I Googled a book that I wrote over Christmas vacation. It was all about my experience with Privada. Okay, I never mentioned this book on social media before. A couple of you found it in the Facebook group and kind of pushed it out there, and a few of you even bought the book. Some of you sent them to me to sign and stuff, which is like unbelievable. And last night we decided to do a Google search, and we were like, I wonder, is the book doing well? Because Amazon kind of takes care of all that stuff when you publish it. You don't see how many they're printing, or I mean, you can check on it, but I don't check on it. My goal was not to become, like a best-selling author. It was strictly to put out a book that talked about the story of how Privada got created and how it's so customer service centric that I believe that this is the future of business in this country. And last night when we did a Google search, we realized that we were put on a top 100 best business books of this century or something like that. I mean, that just shows the power of this community. I never even told you guys about it. Only a few of you even know about it. Maybe 50 people in the Facebook group even know about the book and that community. And so that's what I want to try to figure out in 2022 from a communal aspect, is how we can all share the things that we're doing in our personal lives to the benefit of the group. I wanted to share that book with people, but I never mentioned it because I didn't want to look like I was pushing a book on someone. And again, it makes like $2 a copy publishing on Amazon. It's a whole racket in itself. So that was never the goal. The goal was just to mark the success of this club with what I believe the real recipe of that was, and why I think that that's the future of how people are going to do business in the future. So sorry if that was long-winded, but anyway, man, I'm just super proud of this community. Hashtag We Are Privada. You guys know how to reach me, info@privadacigarclub.com. Check email constantly. If you need anything, please email me. And I look forward to serving all of you for the next decade, hopefully, okay? Peace.